Hi, this is Attorney Mike Gravel. I'm coming to you from Chicago as usual, and today we're going to look at Better Call Saul, Season 1, Episode 9. It's called Pimento, and it's very, very good. It also contains a lot of important plot points, so pay attention. There might be a quiz at the end. Well, this episode's favorite line, it was a close call because there were several good contenders, but I think we're going to have to kick it off with the favorite line by just a small margin, but it's good stuff. It's Jimmy in court defending himself, trying to get access to his clients in the nursing home.
They're used to. And Mr. McGill, who is very loud and flamboyant, is a disturbance to these routines. Residents who want to see a lawyer, free to leave whenever they want.
To leave whenever they want? We're talking about elderly and infirm people here. The most common phrase in this place, I've fallen and I can't get up.
There's phone.
Well, I like that one, but like I said, it was close between that and some other ones. Some of the commenters left alternate favorite lines in previous videos, and I actually kind of like that. If you've got an alternate that you'd prefer, it'd be fun. Just put it in the comments below. In fact, this next one is another good candidate. The defense attorney just can't help but take more cheap shots at Jimmy.
Mail and messenger services. There's plenty of other ways to confer with clients. But for residents who don't want to be afflicted with Mr. McGill's presence, this becomes an issue of civil harassment.
Wow, you are stretching that definition to its limit. And FYI, old people adore me. Okay, I've heard enough.
If you like any of this content, the best way to support me and the channel is to hit like, subscribe, share with friends, and put some comments in the comment section below. In this next bit here, the defense firm responds to the $20 million demand just exactly how a defense firm responds to a $20 million demand.
Your baby bro kicked some Schweikert ass today. The hell's all this?
There was delivery while you were in court.
As a result of all this, Chuck is able to talk Jimmy into referring the case to HHM, even though it's the last thing he wants to do.
It's not a two-man job. We need help.
No.
And for the good of the clients, we need to refer this
Don't
case...
say it. Don't say...
Refer it out to HHM.
Damn it, Chuck, no. Come on. We can do this. We're doing great on our own.
He does it, but he doesn't like it.
Fine. So? The case goes to HHM?
Hail Satan. I submit to the dark side.
This next bit is really good. Mike is trying to provide extra money for his granddaughter and his daughter-in-law, and in order to do that, he's going to do some work for some criminal enterprise, and he knows it, but he knows he'll get paid that way. He shows up to his first job with two other guys, and it's pretty funny.
Know what I'm saying? So, what you packing?
A pimento.
Sorry, what?
Pimento sandwich.
That's funny. Pimento.
One of his fellow hired thugs, who's hilariously played, is completely over the top and cannot believe that Mike did not bring a gun to this job.
Yeah, of course, he's got a gun. I got at least 2 guns on me that I'll tell you about. I go old school, the Wilson Combat 1911. I got a Glock 22 Gen 3. And those are just the ones I'll tell you about. I mean, what the hell? Really? How do you not pack it?
After lots of taunting, he finally asks Mike to take his gun from him. He was very sarcastic and doesn't believe it can happen.
You can make it not so easy.
Sure thing. You got it. What the son of a...
Meanwhile, Chuck, inspired by basically Jimmy and the new case that he brought in, is able to overcome his issues to finally return to work. Well, this was a triumphant return for Chuck. What happened when they went upstairs is they once again rejected Jimmy. Jimmy brings this huge case and assumes that he can work at least on the case at HHM, and Howard Hamlin tells him that they are not going to take that deal. Meanwhile, Mike had scared off the other two goons that were going to help with security for his job, and shows up with his client, who is hilarious, to do a drug deal, and he's doing security for it.
Or do they give me the money and then I hand over the pills? I mean, I guess it makes sense if we just exchanged at the same time, right? I mean, that's fair. We just count to 3.
Probably the less talk, the better.
Right. Yeah.
The deal actually goes okay, but the big takeaway here is that on the other side is Nacho.
Hello. Hi.
Do you have it?
I do. Do you have the money?
So later on, Jimmy gives Kim a piece of his mind regarding Howard Hamlin.
Nah, it's true. Don't deny it. He has reached a level of douchebaggery that will live on for generations, passed down by wind talkers and the like. He'd rather tank a multi-million-dollar case than work with me. That's sick.
Finally, after all that Jimmy's done for Chuck, we see that Chuck has betrayed Jimmy, and that it really wasn't Howard Hamlin's fault. Jimmy figures this out, and it was really Chuck who was keeping him from working at HHM.
So that's it then, right? Keep old Jimmy down in the mailroom because he's not good enough to be a lawyer.
I know you. I know what you were, what you are. People don't change. You're Slippin' Jimmy. And Slippin' Jimmy I can handle just fine, but Slippin' Jimmy with a law degree is like a chimp with a machine gun.
There's a lot in this episode, but there are two main takeaways. One is Chuck is basically a horrible person. No, not quite, but pretty close. He absolutely sold out his brother, and although we know what happens with Better Call Saul because of Breaking Bad, and Chuck happens to be right, it's still nasty what he did to his brother. The other is we've set up a deal where Mike is now working for somebody opposing Nacho, and that becomes a big deal as we go along. Here at Law Talk, we do a lot of videos answering common legal questions. We also do reviews of law in the movies and then on TV. We also share some of our more interesting cases. We're always putting out new videos. So if you like that, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell.